Welcome back. This is John Locke, and today I'm answering this question that I found on the Reddit Big SEO board. This question is about content purging best practices. And this person says they're doing a content audit of their website and they're going to be deleting a bunch of posts. Are there any best practices for what to do after the posts have been deleted? Do I just wait for Google to figure it out? Do I create a new sitemap and submit it to Google Search Console? Thanks. Okay, so first off, what this person is talking about is a content purge. This was something that was a lot of SEO people were saying this a few years ago, that you can purge like a bottom um, like 20% or whatever of your content, and it'll improve your rankings, was the theory. And I think the theory works best, I mean, if you have ginormous sites. But I mean, this isn't something that most sites really need to do. Most sites don't have this ginormous amount of content. um, but it is good to kind of look at what content you do have on your site and see exactly what's there, because sometimes you'll come up with thin content. Um, and when we're talking about thin content, it would be stuff that's so thin that it would trigger a soft 404, or there's like images broken, or things that are missing, or just it's not getting any traffic. But if you're going to do a content purge, the best way to do it is what I do is I look at the last 6 months of Google Analytics, and I'll use my own site as an example because don't want to use any client sites to illustrate this point. But you'd go to behavior, all pages, you set it for about 6 months of views. And what you're going to want to look at is stuff like this. Obviously, you're not going to delete, but any of these that are getting views like this. But what you're really looking for when you're talking about a content purge is getting rid of, or improving or combining, articles that have maybe like 1 view per month, in that range, maybe 2 views per month. But anything that's like down about here, you can safely get rid of. So these are all 1 view per month. So stuff like this you could absolutely get rid of if you wanted to. So for example, well, you might also look at, this is like time on page, so you might also look at this kind of thing. And be cautious of deleting like all your stuff at once, because you do have internal links. Your internal pages do pass link equity like an external page would. Obviously, you're controlling it, so Google probably looks at it a little bit different than it does an external link, but your internal links do pass link equity, so-called link juice. So if I'm looking at these, okay, I got this one here that says what makes a website design good. It's got like basically 1 view per month for the last 6 months. Looks like somebody was kind of reading it at one point. These other ones, like these year in review posts, 3 things you should know about manufacturing SEO. But somebody was reading this. I mean, they spent like a minute 4 on here. So maybe I'll look at how to improve this instead of deleting this. This content marketing positions your business. Okay, somebody spent 22 minutes on this. So I could purge this, but obviously somebody was spending 22 minutes on this. This one might be a good one to purge out. This one on ongoing client relationships, somebody was here for a little bit. But some of these other ones, offline marketing, online marketing, are both important. Only one person per month is really reading these. This one definitely needs to be improved. This what is SEO? I mean, this is only got like 1 view per month. Okay, so those are all types of things that you could delete out if you wanted to. But all these types of things can definitely go away if you wanted to purge these out. These would all be ones that you could look at. Now again, I mean, I'm also looking at internal links, and I'm also looking at like whether people actually spent some time on the page. If they spent some time on the page, then they're probably getting value out of it. But if they're only spending a little bit of time on there, then I'm looking at how I can improve it or not, and maybe I'm getting rid of it. But those would be the things that you would look at. But this person is asking how to do a content audit of their site. They're going to delete a bunch of posts. Then what do you do afterwards? Now, if you're on WordPress or anything like that, or even if you're on Squarespace, or even if a lot of these things, you have a sitemap that's set up. Now, if you're on WordPress, you probably have a plugin like Yoast or All-in-One SEO or Rank Math or any of these other ones, SEO Framework, and they have a module for creating a sitemap. So you have that sitemap XML that you're submitting to Google Search Console, but you have these posts that you're deleting. So what would you want to do with those? I mean, obviously you're going to want to 301 redirect those. If you just wait for Google to figure it out, they're still going to be trying to crawl those URLs for a long time. We just did a video a few days ago about this. But Google is still going to try and crawl any web address, any page that it's ever encountered is in the Googlebot memory, and at some point in the future they're going to try and crawl it again. So you don't want to have a whole bunch of 404s because you decide to delete like 20% of your site. What you're going to want to do is take those out and 301 them to a page that's similar, or maybe 301 if you can't find a article that matches up. Maybe 301 redirect those missing pages to a category page or your blog page or your home page. If you can't find anything else to match it up against with something similar that you're keeping on your site. But that's what you would do. Now again, with the content purge, the idea is you're not really losing any traffic because nobody's really going to these pages, but you can always look at these and say, like, is there a way that I can improve this page before I just delete it? I always do that. I just don't want to delete stuff just for the sake of deleting it. I want to make sure that I'm giving my content the best shot possible to thrive and do well. But that's what you would do. My name is John Locke. My business is Lockdown Design and SEO. I'm here on a daily basis making videos on SEO. We've got about 700 videos. We've got about 722 subscribers, on our way to 1,000. I would love to see you subscribe. If you have a question, please put it in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer it. And that is all I have for now. And until next time, peace.